Human beings have a natural drive to better themselves, to move Western to the Western world. As a part of that, there are many migrants all over the world who are seeking to come to the UK on skilled worker visas. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. Why you should not buy a skilled worker visa or a certificate of sponsorship. There is a quite a big amount of fraud going on under the senior care worker visa or the care visa, what people usually call. This message is to the entire world, whoever is trying to buy these visas, try to get on with these care worker visas. It's become quite of a mess now, and there are many individuals who have got these visas, but they don't have work. They will never qualify for ILR, etc., etc. I'm going to today discuss from the perspective of immigration rules. Why you would not ever qualify for indefinite leave to remain if you just buy, come to the UK and never work for your employer or not work for your employer as planned. For example, if your employer has promised you they will be giving you 40 hours of work or 37.5 hours per week of work, and you are not doing that, or you are not even working for your employer is not giving you those hours, it may affect maybe you living in the UK. Subsequently, Home Office is trying to find a solution to this, how to get around this problem of employees. So I will define the problem first. So there are many individuals, companies that are being set up just to sell these visas with no intention of giving you work. So this is quite a common practice in the UK. It is all over the news. Every lawyer is trying to talk about this. I have myself talked about various on my shorts, etc. Uh, Advising people not to go with these unscrupulous agents, agencies, companies, whatever they are, who are just trying to get a license from Home Office for the sponsor license, showing them that they are a genuine business, and over a period of time, just closing down the business, or Home Office comes and then closes down, cancels their sponsor license, does something, some compliance actions against them. And so the intentions of these companies, or even there are some care homes who are doing all these things, or some agencies are doing it, anyone is doing it, doesn't matter who is doing it. The point is there is a big fraud going on in the UK. Through this channel I just want to make everyone aware of this, and also I'll try to direct to the immigration rules and say why it is not going to help you even if you get that visa. So the problem is everyone thinks that once you get that BRP card, that's like a driving license that you get, that says that you have a skilled worker visa, and that's enough. That is not enough. That BRP card is only connected to that employer. It doesn't help you with anything else. And you will never qualify for indefinite leave to remain if that employer loses license or you never work for them or whatever like that. Unless what has been promised with the visa, for example, when the certificate of sponsorship was assigned to you or when the visa application was filed by you, the promise made to Home Office was the employer will give you, for example, 37.5 hours of week per week, 37.5 hours of work per week, and they will pay you for that whatever the salaries have been promised on the certificate of sponsorship, etc., etc. So there are many terms that are confirmed by the employer that will happen, and if that doesn't happen, then there is a problem. So I'll just draw a timeline of indefinite leave to remain. So first, for individuals who don't know what ILR is, indefinite leave to remain is permanent residence like green card in the US or permanent residence in other countries. So in short form, we call it as ILR. When you are outside the UK, you file for that skilled worker visa. Then you come to the UK and you need to start work with your employer. So I've got many of these queries on there is a question answer session that goes on through our YouTube channel. If you have any questions regarding this or any other immigration issues, if that has a 1 minute answer, a 1 minute in the shorts format, we do answer as many questions as we can. So there are a lot of queries that I see getting from individuals who have got these visas and they don't have work. So many times I'm asked questions on various media, through emails, through WhatsApp chat, through everywhere, I think on TikTok and whichever social channels we have. Everywhere I've got so many questions from everyone who have got skilled worker visas in the UK, especially this care visa they call you, that's what it is called. So Usually in common parlance, that's what people name it as. But what I've seen is they said that no, my employer hasn't given me hours. My employer is not. I'm not working with my employer. Can I still qualify for ILR, etc., etc. So that's why I wanted to make this video to clarify in terms of immigration rules and clearly explain how things work on the immigration rules side. So if you are not working with your employer, so you are not paid the salaries. If your salaries are not paid, the taxes, whatever NI, we call it national insurance or contribution or whatever that is you call, the tax that is paid to the government, that will not be paid. If there is no tax record built up over a period of time, over the 5 years period, so with on your NI. So there is like a national insurance number. So this is the number that you will have, and through on it the taxes have been paid. So unless this record has been made, this can only be made by your employer. They pay you salary and they pay the tax to the government. That's where this record is generated or created. It's all digital. It's all online. So unless you are working with your employer, this will never happen. And if this never happens, and I know there are people who are also, you may also consider, oh, if I get a visa with X limited, X company, and then I go and work with Y or A or B or C, this will not help you. Whether they pay you by cash or even they pay through the NI system, they pay you black or white or whatever you call it will not help you, because your visa on the right to work, etc., it clearly says you can only work for this employer, and there are some other conditions. If you are working with the main employer, only then you can work with some other employer for 20 hours, etc. Those are other conditions. Let's keep them aside. But unless you are working for the contracted hours that has been stated, for example, 37.5 hours, let's say, has been stated on the certificate of sponsorship that okay, you will be working and you will be paid whatever that X salary is. Let me just say, okay, 30,000 or doesn't matter, whatever the number is. So unless that happens, nothing else matters. So if this is not happening, you're not working with your employer and your salaries are not paid and the taxes are not paid, and this record is not built up over a 5 year period, it will not help. So just getting that BRP card, coming to the UK and staying in the UK will not help anyone. I understand that the whole world outside UK, individuals may not understand how the visa system works, but this visa, skilled worker visa, as the care visa, whatever we call it, care visa, senior care visa, it is connected to the employer, and that employer, you can only work for that employer basically. So that has to be there. The subsequent employment and all of that stuff, that is extra in the rules. If you're not working here, if this is not met, all other things don't matter. You can be working in cash, you can be paying taxes through another employer, whatever the things you are doing with the other side. If this is not happening, you will never qualify for ILR. Even if you do file your ILR, whatever you do, you switch employers, do anything, at that point, obviously the home office is, obviously I'm pretty sure that is what going to happen. Home office is going to check your NI records. They will be checking who the sponsor was, what is the sponsor's compliances. A lot of thing research reworking will be done. I'm pretty sure it will be done at some point. There are many such visas where frauds have happened in the past. Even entrepreneur visa, that HSMP visa and all that stuff, where different types of frauds happen, English language and all that stuff. So even in this one, obviously home office is aware of this, and this is going to come back to you. It's going to, yeah, so what goes around comes around. If you do try to play the system now, this will come back to you at this point. Maybe your NI will be run, your employer's compliance will be checked. Even if you change employers in between, everything, your whole history can be checked. It's all digital nowadays. So just getting that BRP card, so there is this card, even that BRP is going to go out. So yeah, so if people think that getting that BRP, next June or so, home office will stop even printing those BRPs and no one will even have BRPs. Yeah, so most probably that is the goal. UQI is working digital by default. So I think that will solve a lot of problems, because people think that physical card is everything, but that is nothing basically. Even in spite of having that BRP, employers or everyone has to check right to work, right to rent, right to open a bank account. Everything has to be checked digitally. So that is very important. That card means nothing. It's just like a number. It really means nothing, frankly speaking. So and people think that is the only thing that means everything. So I just want to clear that misconception here first thing as well. So if this does not happen, if you're not working for your employer, you will never be eligible for ILR. Even if you file that, obviously it will be refused. Considerable amount of fees are involved. Up to 3,000 pounds of fees is just for this ILR, approximately 3k or so, and premium is 1,000 pounds or so. So whatever costs you are trying to incur, you are trying to buy these visas, pay those agents, etc., etc., whoever is being paid, don't do that. So this is just a kind, humble request. You are just creating a big risk, and it's not right to do as well. On principle also it's wrong, because that visa is not built to do all this. You cannot just come work, get a skilled worker visa and work for anyone, or not work at all, just to get settlement in the UK. It's not what the intention is, and that's not right. So just wanted to make this video because I know I am getting inquiries. Our firm is getting inquiries from every side. There are so many individuals who have this visa, don't have work, etc., etc. A lot of mess is going around. It's very much in the news. Home Office is investigating all the care homes, etc., etc. So just be mindful. If any agencies, anyone who is trying to sell you all over the world, if you're looking at this video outside the UK, please do disseminate this video as much as possible. Share it or whatever. Subscribe to our channel. We'll be making such videos, and as updates come in, but there will be some plugging around. Home Office will find a solution and something will be done to this. I know it's quite become a mess now, and there are a lot of frauds happening on this. Individuals have been cheated. There are agencies, companies who are trying to use this as a channel to make a whatever wrong monies, etc., from all this. So just try to keep away from it. I know everyone wants to come. Many individuals want to come to the UK, want to settle in the UK. There is a goal of better life, etc. But this may not be the right way to do it. That's what my advice is, my analysis of the whole thing is. So if it helps you, if this video helps you, do subscribe to our channel, like it, comment it. Anything that you want to say about this, you can also comment below in the video. And thank you very much for watching.